I am at a park in Lubbock, and I coach soccer. Me and my wife coach soccer for both of our girls, so two different teams. And this park we've been using for like 4 or 5 years, and they don't mow it very well at all. They don't take very good care of it. They don't really take care of anything good in this city as far as the parks and stuff go. And owning a landscape company and coaching soccer on this grass, field, it got so annoying to me that they couldn't even literally play, couldn't even practice because this grass is so freaking tall. Grass is somewhere between 6 inches, 8 to 10 inches, maybe even a foot in some areas. One of our teams are 4-year-olds. They literally can't even run in this grass. The other team is 6 and 7-year-olds. They can't kick the ball, can't run. We get to the game fields and they're mowed really short and the grass is all packed down and it's a totally different playing surface. So I got so tired of practicing on this field that I came out here and mowed all this. And I talked to the city about how all this stuff works, and I looked into actually getting the maintenance contract on this park where we play soccer, just so I could get paid to take care of it, and I could take really good care of it and get paid for it. But the way the contracts work, you have to do all of the parks in Lubbock, or a huge chunk of them, which requires tons of man hours, tons of labor. You have to have tons of really big equipment, all kinds of stuff. And just the nature of that type of business, that type of work in general, I don't like. So I wasn't interested in doing a bunch of parks. I talked to him about possibly just trying to get this park, just because this is the one that I practice on. This is the one I want to take care of. They wouldn't allow me to do that because they can't break them up in the contract. So I finally just took matters on my own hands, and I do that a lot of times. I don't really go and complain to the city. I talk to the city. I figured out exactly how it works. Contractors are kind of paid through a certain time frame, spring through the end of summer, and they're supposed to keep the parks at 2 inches. They supposedly had been mowing these parks at 2 inches every 7 to 10 days or 14 days or something like that. And I know that they hadn't been doing that because we practice on this park every week. And I see it. The park had never been anywhere around 2 inches as far as I'm concerned. Even after they had mowed it, it was probably still 6 inches. And there's so much grass and thatch and just trimmings and clippings and stuff all over the place that it still made it, even after they mowed it, it was still terrible. So instead of calling the city again, instead of trying to do anything through the government, through whatever, I knew that there's only way that I was going to be able to get this the way I wanted it is by doing it myself. So I decided to do it myself, and I'll probably get in trouble for doing this, but I don't really care, because if I'm going to coach soccer teams and I'm going to do stuff with my kids in a park like this, and I want it to be a certain way, and the city's not going to do it a certain way, they're not going to do it a way that's halfway, tolerable and acceptable, then I'm going to do it myself. And if I get in trouble for doing this, then that's fine. Maybe they will, actually start taking care of stuff better. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens, and I know that my team will really appreciate it. Oh, and the other thing too is, so this park goes way down to the other side, and there's two other teams, kind of a young youth football team and an older youth football team that also use this park. Okay, we've actually gotten in kind of argument fight type things over using this park. We both, all four of us, essentially want to use it at the same time. And whenever we get out here, it's kind of like a race to see who gets what spot. and who gets to like set up cones and goals and stuff like that first, and that's how it is. It's kind of first come, first serve. Well, I have to deal with crazy, ridiculous people all day long, every day. And I know that there's not a real good solution for sharing these parks with other people. But instead of just mowing these spots just specifically for my two teams, I went ahead and mowed the entire area where we all play. And I've tried to get along with these people. One of them, they're really nice and they're really cool about everything, and they want to get along and share. The other one, not so much. They're a little harder to get along with. But, I could have very easily just, mowed little fields just for my team, which I did for this small field right here, because this is our small girls, and then this is going to be our big girls field. And I actually wanted a separation because I don't want our big girls running into the small girls. And so, if the city comes, they don't like the way this looks and they want to mow it all, that's fine. The height that I mowed the fields is lower than they normally mow anyway, so I think it'll still show up. But even if it doesn't show up, that's fine. We'll set our cones up and it'll be fine. But so yeah, it was hard for me to decide whether or not I want to waste a bunch of my time and gas and energy and stuff, wear and tear on my mower to do almost this entire park essentially. But I did it for these other people, because whenever we come out here and play on Tuesday, I want to be able to talk to both of these other teams and tell them, hey, I did this. I hope you appreciate it. I hope that you're cool with it. I know that y'all hate practicing in this super crazy tall grass too, and your little boys, can't practice under somewhat real game conditions, and just practicing the sport in general. There's a lot of holes. There's a lot of divots and bumps and, anthill mounds and all kinds of stuff. And whenever you have 6 or 8 inch tall grass, everywhere, you can't see those holes. And so not only is it freaking ridiculous to try to play on this tall grass, but it's actually like dangerous. And the chances of somebody like tripping and falling in a hole and hurting themselves is actually really good. And so that's just another reason why I did this. And that's another reason that if and when the city comes to me and tries to give me any crap over this, then that's going to be one of my main, things is I'm trying to keep these kids safe. I'm trying to keep my parents safe. I'm trying to, keep myself from freaking breaking my ankle on this. And if they don't like this, then they need to take care of the freaking parks. So, I don't care. It just is what it is. But yeah, it's I don't know, it's a beautiful day today. And I am happy to get to have done this. And I actually want to start doing stuff like this on a regular basis, and maybe I can work a deal out with either private owners or even the city or something on helping take care of some of this stuff. And I think it's a shame that we have open space and parks and stuff in this city that are in terrible shape and people don't take care of them good. The city doesn't do a good job. They contract most of it out. The way that system works, it just doesn't allow for a very high quality period. And so I'm hoping that maybe I can help change some of that, and if not, then that's fine. I'll do it myself. I plan on building a field myself on my own land at some point. I may go in with some other people to do it, but yeah. So I don't know. You might want to just think about that. Next time you want to go and gripe and complain about something, see if there's something that you can do personally to make a difference, because I personally can't stand people that just gripe and complain about stuff all the time. And I actually got online and looked at some of the reviews and stuff on the city and the parks and stuff, and there were some people on there that really were bashing the parks like big time. And it kind of made me laugh, because really doing that doesn't do anything. If you want to call and question and call and complain a little bit and try to get something done, that's fine. But at the end of the day, a lot of times, if you want something done right, you're going to have to do it yourself. So get up, do something, make a difference. Peace.